It's nicely played. Pretty good start by the bowler right on the mark. Siddhant Amodkar, Chaitanya and Shelu as openers here for the Tigers. Important match. Both the teams are doing pretty well here at MCL. So we're expecting a very good fight. You can see the ball is not coming onto the bat. He wanted to play it on the up. Crucial game for the Tigers. They won the first two, then lost the second. So two in a row, and now they have to come back to the winning terms. Well bowled, very nicely bowled. Oh, that's poor. Should have been much tighter than that. Not a difficult take at all. Pure simple. So these things should be stopped here by Avengers, because when the bowlers are bowling well, they are utilizing the conditions. He's trying to just maybe pitch the ball up and hope that the ball does a bit from the seam or maybe in the air. So Chetan gets off the mark. Playing on the rise. Just getting the single, pushing on the offside. Toss won by Avengers. As obvious, any captain in the morning session, morning match will opt to field first. And seeing the conditions, due factor at last night, it will take at least half an hour or 45 minutes to subside down and get it much easy. And this wicket is a different wicket that we are betting on. You can see tinge of grass on the surface. It will definitely help. Oh, that's nicely played. Just carved onto the offside towards the point region and gets the boundary. The first boundary here for the Tigers. Slight width was given and he flashed hard. So end of 1 over is 7 without loss, Tigers. After we saw some big totals by most of the teams posting 180, 190. Now we are coming to a situation where it is somewhere around 140, 150. Maybe the wicket has changed. This wicket, the ball is not coming onto the bat nicely. You can see the ball is stopping a bit and is coming onto the bat. That's why shot making is difficult. Sometimes you can be hurried on to play your shots and the ball might come late and you can scoop the ball in the air for the catches to be taken. So conditions are slightly different than what we started with. So different surfaces are being used so that all the wickets are being played, all the wickets are being used. If you continuously play on 1 or 2 wickets, it's a big tournament, MCL, and that might affect the wickets and also die down when we talk about the qualifiers as well as the finals. The good thing here that wickets are being rotated, and it's a big event, big tournament, and you understand that. And also the batters as well as the bowlers got to be acclimatized with the different conditions. You got to understand what the wicket has to offer. The different wickets have different composition. Some have a lot of grass on top. Some might be very dry and might assist the medium pacers. Some assist the spinners. Some are very flat, hardly any assist. And what we saw in the first few games, so nothing in for the bowlers. You could have just played your shots as per your whims and fancies. You are getting the runs. So far, just rotating the strike and taking the singles. That's very important. This is the same team that has faltered to chase 141 against the Masters, and back-to-back defeats there for the Tigers. Now need to just rethink, re-strategize how we are to go ahead on this wicket. Looking to pick up a single at the hands of the captain Amod Burkar. It's a dot ball. It's nicely behind it, and there's going to be a dot ball. So end of over number 2 is 9 without loss. Pretty good over here, right on the mark, Brijesh Prabhu. So far, the bowling looks very penetrating, utilizing the conditions very well, looking to pitch the ball up. And you can see there is a little bit of movement after the ball has gone past the stumps. I think this certainly for the first half an hour is going to assist the medium paces. This definitely is something in this wicket. If you bowl well, once again, standing tall and hitting on the rise, not trying to push it too hard, just trying to middle the ball. Chaitanya Kamath and Shailu Kudarkar. Shailu is trying to get singles of almost every ball. Chetan, they bowled well against him. Both the bowlers bowling the hard length, not the drivable length, and which are easy to get for the boundaries. Pretty good bowling from the medium paces. So far, you can see that length, and the ball looks like coming back in, cramping the batter for room. That's what we expect. Not every time or every delivery you are going to get the wickets, but you have to keep the things very tidy, especially when the conditions are suiting you. That's up and over. No, that's nicely driven there. Strong drive through to the covers region. Excellent batting. Slightly pitched up and taken the advantage of. That is what you want. Once the bowlers make a mistake and the bowler fuller length, you need to smash it hard. Not a convincing appeal. Nothing from the bowler. He knew that it was straying down the leg side. Once again, nicely bowled, looking to pick up a single, non-striker, run out opportunity, shy the stumps, and we might get more runs. There was no one backing up there. The ball is travelling, but it has been stopped just very close to the boundary rope. But couple of runs, nothing wrong from the captain to shy the stumps. The backing should have been much quicker and much earlier. Late reaction from the fielder at mid-on. Got to be in the game. You feel that the bowler are bowling well. The ball is not into my end, but there might be opportunities at any point of time. End of over number 3, 17 without loss. Captain continuing with his medium paces, and rightly so. We have seen some changes in the previous game for the Avengers, where when the medium pacers were being taken for a few runs, there was a bowling change. Amod Burkar was bringing him in, or maybe he was bringing another medium pacers or the spinner. Depends upon the situation. But right now, he has decided maybe this wicket is a little bit more conducive to medium pacers. So let us persist with these both bowlers. Brijesh Prabhu has bowled a pretty good length, not considered too many easy runs. That's what he has been doing. Doesn't have that much of pace, and in leather ball cricket, you don't have to have too much of pace there. You just got the direction and the length and the variation that can do a lot of good things, especially when wicket has something to offer. That's too short. You can't bowl him over there. Lucky that there was a fielder down. Don't have that much of pace to drag the ball so short. You're bowling the good length, and that is why patience is required. The two most important weapons of a human being, I feel, is patience and time, and both are required in the game of cricket here. Timing as well as your patience. This definitely matters. Well bowled once again. Bowling straight, and this should be the line and length. Can understand maybe a touch fuller, which can surprise the batter going for the drive. Maybe the ball checking bit in or away, but at this pace, bowling short is just giving in to the batters when the things have been very tidy, very disciplined so far. That's poor bowling, but he's lucky there. Lucky there, might get a wicket as well. Poor calling there. Actually, it was the non-striker's call, and the strikers should have abided by it, but maybe just little miscommunication. Good fielding in the short fine leg region. The ball should have been clipped away in the gap. Opportunity was there to get a boundary. And it's in the air, just falling short, and it runs down for 4 runs. That's a difficult bounce here for any fielder. Not sure whether the ball is going to come to you or going to sway away. I think he's injured over there. He might have hurt his knees. But a strong shot. He didn't go. He didn't go it halfway. Well played and struck it down. Gets the boundary of the last ball. 4 overs gone, 24 without loss. That's lovely shot and very well fielded off the foot. I think it's Sagar Shade fielding at the covers, extra covers region. Siddhant Amonkar has been persisted, and now Vedanta is just trying to have a word with his premium fast bowler. I think really appreciate the way the batters have batted. Things have not been so easy, but they have stuck to the task, just rotated the strike. Although they have not got a flying start, and I think they must have reassessed that these wickets are not 180 or 190 wickets. Ball is not coming, and you can see it's not easy to play your shots like the earlier ones. So you got to just reassess the situation as per the different conditions. 180 was not enough for the side which has posted a total batting first. But here maybe 150, 155 is going to be a decent total if you can bowl well. That's good shot over the top, downtown, safe shot and gets the boundary. Now you can see the batters just freeing their arms a little bit after spending time on the wicket. They are getting confidence back, straight over the top. No half measures there. That's another good shot. The ball is just following the fielder at the mid on. I think it is Venki Salilkar. 32 without loss. So moving nicely now. The feet of both the batters looking much better. That's played straight, trying to play on the rise with the open face of the bat. That's another good shot. Now they are looking to play more shots. Earlier they were in the defensive mode. Now they decided we have spent enough, and we might see some more shots here in the coming overs. 5 overs gone. Is 32 without loss. Tigers. Finally, we see a change in pace. Spinner has been introduced. Captain brings himself in after 3 overs from Siddhant and 2 overs from Brijesh Prabhu. Maybe thinking that the medium pacers have bowled decently, but they have not had the fruits of those efforts that they have put in. Now a change in pace. He always is right on the mark and button straight away. So again, flighting the ball, asking the batsman to drive. Nicely played, not intended to play it too hard. Got to see whether there is any bit of turn here for Amod Burkar or any other spinners. The ball definitely stopped when it was pitched in the right areas for the medium pacers. So far, the ball going straight. But the ball is also slightly new. It's not pretty old. We might just track it maybe after maybe 8, 9, or 10 overs whether there is something in. Especially for the first half an hour or so, we might not have plenty of turn. The wicket needs to ease. The sun needs to soak whatever moisture content is there on the surface. Amod Burkar has started well, and you can see as far as the batters are concerned, they must have been told here just to get a strong opening pair partnership going for them. Avengers have a strong batting lineup. We have seen that they have got 3, 4 batters who are very consistent in getting those 35. One of the strongest sides as far as the batting is concerned, as well as decent bowling side. No doubts about it. As in the air, this should be a chance. And finally, it is taken. First, he came slightly in front, but he gauged it really well. 2 steps back and judges it very nicely. So finally, Amod Burkar, I always say, is always into the wickets column, and he gets the first breakthrough for the Avengers, 36 for 1. Nicely clipped away on the leg side. That was the last ball, and they are taking a couple of runs. Direct hit. It would have been very, very close, but they get a couple of runs, and Nikhil, the Loyal, gets off the mark. Marks the end of over number 6. End of power plays. Tigers going at 38 for 1. It's the introduction of Dr. Venkatesh Nevgi into the attack. What a great season it has been for Dr. Venkatesh Nevgi, as bowled splendidly in most of his spells. Once again, beating the bat, getting a leading edge, and running down towards the third man for a single. Nicely played. Cut away very nicely. Dr. Vicky Nevgi is just going to float the balls over there on a consistent basis and just see whether the ball has something to offer. Is there a turn on this wicket? There's definitely got a lot of turn on the earlier wickets and picked up some special deliveries. This was too short. It deserved to be hit for more runs. Just get a single. Spinners can't drag the ball slow, especially when you are not offering too much of pace. You are bowling slow in the air. But as a leg spinner, it's very difficult to control the wrist. It's a difficult art. You are not bowling from the fingers, you are bowling from the wrist. So that's why sometimes that consistency in the length is missing from the leggies. Off spinners, when you are bowling from the fingers, it is much easier to toss the ball and pitch in the areas because you have got much better control from the fingers. That's very nicely bowled. Very nicely bowled. Asking the batters to go for the drive. That's what you expect from the spinners. You have to make the batters take a little bit of risk and go the aerial way. Nicely countered that one from both the batters, Chetan Kamath and Nikhil Naik Dalal. 7 overs have been bowled, 43 for 1, going at just around 6 runs per over, the Tigers. So Akhil Nadkarni has been brought and he has been welcomed here with a wonderful shot by the batter over the top, looking for that gap over the covers fielder, but found the fielder. And now the fielder has been kept more towards that covers region, not towards the backward point, because Akhil doesn't have that much of pace, and that's why ample of time for the batters to go for the drives rather than for the cuts. Walked on the leg side, thinking of a couple. No. They went with Nikhil Naik Dalal as opening batter in some of the matches, and the previous season he opened. But now they are maybe thinking that we need some strength in the middle order. Nikhil loves to play the shots, and he takes the advantage in the power play overs, going the aerial way, not afraid to hit the ball. He's very strong on both the sides. Maybe a different plan here to just strengthen the middle order from the Tigers, which has been faltering in back-to-back matches, not able to chase 143 runs in the previous game, and a strong side. The Tigers are considered as far as batting is concerned. Well driven, might be just a single. They might be look for a couple, but Akhil was very quick. He was the one who was closest to the ball. He was hoping that someone from the long one, but long one was very far away. Half the job was done by the shoes. The next should have been done by running towards the ball, which he did pretty recently, keeping the batters to just a single. You can see the ball is not coming onto the bat, and that's why the batters are struggling with the timing. That's why I say this is not 180 wicket. You might say it's the morning session, and that's why it's not coming. Yes, maybe it might ease off a little bit after half an hour. But we have seen even the previous matches, the totals have been defended. So that marks another economical over here. Akhil was brought for the same reason. 8 overs have been bowled, 47 for 1 Tigers. Nicely worked on the leg side, putting it in the gap. Might be certainly searching for the couple of runs. He placed it very well, just between both the fielders, and timed it well. A different role here, certainly for Nikita. He enjoyed his time coming on the top and taking the medium pacers on, getting those boundaries, getting those lot of runs. But a different role, just to fit the requirements of the team. When you lost 2 matches in a row, you are made to think here what is going wrong. We have picked a wonderful side, but something is not happening right. Something is not clicking. Maybe it's the batting order. When you are winning, this might be a run out opportunity, but it was, I think, the throw at the wrong end. Should have thrown at the bowler's end. I think it would have been an easy run out. Not the best of the calling so far, what we have witnessed. This is not the first mishap that has happened at almost 3 or 4 occasions, but that was against Shelu and Chetan were batting. This time it's Nikit Dalal. Nikit is eager to get on strike. He feels that there was a single there, and the batter kept looking at the ball rather than hearing the partner. Well bowled, well batted, going deep, cutting it away. He's playing well. He's looking at good touch. No trouble whatsoever in playing against the spinners so far. Just the 1 over that was given for Amod Burkar when he picked up the wicket of the very first over. This was also looking to place it on the offside. Might be looking for a couple of runs. Yes. Half stop by the fielder in the backward point. So 2 runs easily taken. Not happy with that effort. The bowler. Still, the intention is to pitch the ball up. We are into the 9th over. Pretty good over rate has been maintained by the team of Avengers as the spinners are bowling. As nicely bowled, tossing it into the eyelid, giving the invitation He tried to whack it but missed it altogether, straight into the gloves of the keeper. Dot ball to finish over number 9, 54 for 1 Tigers against the Avengers. So we are right now into the halfway mark. The batters are just trying to milk away with the runs, not trying to go for those big shots, the sizzling shot, the big hits. Just were so far subdued, waiting for the time to arrive. Just trying to take the game a little bit more deep. We are into the 10th over, the halfway mark of this first innings. Akhil Narkane has also used the conditions very well, not trying to do anything fancy, just doing the basics right. Keep the ball up there. And when I say that, he bowls wide. As getting an easy couple of runs on the leg side. Chetan has moved on to 23 of 25. Slightly slow, but the conditions also not easy here as far as the shots are making is concerned. The surface is stopping a bit when coming onto the bat. That's a strong punch, straight down the ground, but just going to get a single because it was never intended to go for the couple there. But well played, standing tall and punching it down. Even Nikhil is playing on 11 of 9. He will at some point will try to accelerate here. They're going just around 6 runs per over. I think Vaibhav Naik must have had a word with the batters. Message definitely will be given at just after this ball has been delivered, as we go into the drinks break. When to accelerate, which batter is going to go hard. They're just going at around 6 runs per over, and they will be hoping to get around, finish somewhere around 150, 155 at least. That's in the air. Or that ricocheted, and that runs for the other fielder. Slightly slow of the box to react. Maybe did not gauge it in the air, and that's why a couple of runs to finish this halfway mark of the first innings of the Tigers. Toss won by the Avengers, put in the batters of the Tigers up first. Tigers going at 62 for 1 after 10. Straight away, Gopal Gauss has been introduced after the drinks break and start right on the mark. Gopal played a lot of tennis ball cricket and was an important member of the Naveli Village Panchayat team, and also the icon for many of the franchises. The way he bowled, excellent in terms of ripping the ball, gets the ball, lot of turn, and played decent enough leather ball cricket. Has played off the back foot, just a wideish long off region. And as a spinner, especially the leg spinners, as they have got a couple of good leg spinners, the Avengers, certainly the positions for the fielders is very important. For the leggy, you need that long off, slightly more towards that covers region rather than very straight. Also, the backward square leg needs to be in a good position. For off spinners, it should be slightly behind the umpire, or for the leggy, it can be slightly straighter. And depends upon the situation as well. The wickets that are being playing, maybe the first innings is slightly different. Second innings, it might just change the positions. Still slow. You can see ample of time for the batters to stand tall on the back foot and punch it down. Still, I have not seen that intention, that hurry, that acceleration from the batters in this over so far. But certainly it will come. Only one wicket has been lost. And Vaibhav Naik is yet to arrive, the captain. Chetan is playing on 28. It's too short, too wide. Protection in the deep. But you can see the ball is coming very slow. And maybe the bowlers are bowling up a little slow in the air, not offering any pace on the ball to work away for easy runs, and that's why you can see the shot making also difficult. You have to wait for the ball to arrive, and when that happens, you got to force the issue as a batter. So good start here by Gopal Gauss. Not too many runs conceded, just the 6. 11 overs have been bowled, 68 for the loss of 1. So Amlon, another bowling option, the off spinner, has been introduced in over number 12, and they like to bowl him in the death overs. He doesn't offer too much of air, slightly quickish compared to uh, Amod Burkar, or for that matter, Dr. Venkatesh Nevgi. And he will never look for the turn. He will try to bowl wicket to wicket. Maybe a rare delivery that will be tossed up just to entice the batter. Go for the lofted one with the fielders kept in the deep. That is, we have to wait. Yes, that's out. I told you, doesn't give too much of air. He took the step down, taking the charge against the bowler. The bowler bowled it really well, dragged the length shot, and that's the rest of the job done by Vaibhav Naik behind the wickets, flashing the bills without any delay. and that's the second wicket that has been taken. Chaitanya Kamath was looked good, and maybe I think that indication was given by the dressing room to just maybe get the things going a little bit much more quicker, and that's what prompted him to step out. But he lost the wicket. A decent platform, decent innings from Chaitanya Kamath comes to an end. 70 for 2. So just a little bit of time as the side screen was being taken into place as requested by the left-hander and the captain Vaibhav Naik. Straight away off the mark, nicely driving the ball at the long off region. And you know that Vaibhav was just itching to get on the wicket there. You understand that we are going slightly slow so far, and we need to accelerate maybe somewhere around 14th or 15th over, and that's why he need maybe a couple of overs to get his eye in before he launches for the one. Nikhil Naik Dalal also will be looking to get some quick runs here. They have not taken the game far away from the Avengers. Avengers will be pretty happy. They know that they have kept the teams in check. Anything around 6 runs per over is not going to trouble them. They have got very strong batting lineup. Vedant is charging towards the ball himself. They will assess the conditions. You can see Amod Burkar has also kept his overs later on because he's a smart bowler, especially against I think Vaibhav Naik. He might be just effective because he bowls the different trajectory, different length, very smart in gauging the strength of the opponent batter. The 12 overs gone is 73 for 2. Oh, that's why I told you Amod Burkar is a very, very smart bowler, and you can see that You saw as if that it was a drivable length, but it dragged in short, very slow in the air. That's why Amod has kept his overs, especially for the captain. I expected this battle between the skippers. A strong sweep in the gap, but the man cutting that off. Boundary needs to be cut off here by the Avengers. It's always good that skipper leading and from the front and taking the charge. And he knows that this battle is very important. If anyone can get the acceleration here for the Tigers camp, it's going to be Vaibhav Naik, the skipper himself. Once again, swept strongly. Just finding the fielders almost every time they are looking for the big shots. Bowling really well. Uh, there will be shots that will be played by the batters in T20 format, but you got to have the fielders in the right position, the angles, as well as the line and length you are going to bowl as per the field. The bowler are expected to target the batters, especially in the fag end when you got 8 wickets in hand. And this is the phase that Tigers will come hard against the bowlers of Avengers, almost all the bowlers. Once again, slog. This is in the gap. Oh, yes. Opportunity was there for Sagar Shade, but he timed it really nicely. Strong sweep from Vaibhav Naik. The ball was pitched up. He went for it. This time he gets the boundary. Amod Burkar is enticing him to play the cross-batted shots, the slog shots. He's just hoping that one skids and stays low, and he might trap him in front of the wicket. That looks to be the plan. Vedant is having a word, and this is the reason why the captain Vaibhav Naik wanted himself just to get that little acceleration going ahead of time. He understands the situation much better as a captain. Over the top. This is another classic shot. Just clearing his front leg and just putting the ball over the covers. Fantastic shot inside out from the skipper Vaibhav Naik. It's a very difficult to contain for any bowler. Amod is just trying a little bit of luck here against Vaibhav Naik. Most of the times he's as consistent as any you can get in this form of the game, especially in the MCL. He gets most of the time 30-35 plus. Also marshals the troops very well, gauges the situation well. That's nicely bowled. Well played. Just going to get a single. He already got a couple of boundaries. He knows that the things are moving well nicely at this stage. 13 overs have been bowled from Avengers. Tigers at 84 for 2. It's nicely clipped on the leg, looking for a couple of runs. Vedant has got his gloves off, but still the batter scamper. And Vaibhav is very quick. He's young and agile. Oh, lovely timing. Beautiful sound of the willow. Vaibhav is hitting it more crisply at this stage, looking to accelerate. Intent is clear. He knows that his team is slightly back in this game, but he's going to just look at a target of 155, 160. 87 for 2 in 13.2. Amlan D'Souza has got a wicket in the very first over that he bowled. Stump Chaitan, who was itchy to get towards the 35 and try and get some runs. Well played. Vaibhav is very quick. You got to be really quick fielder to get Vaibhav run out if there is no hesitation in the middle between both these batters. Nikhil Nagdala look exhausted over there at the non-striker's end, and Vaibhav is making him to work very hard and toil hard for runs. He is losing a lot of energy there. He needs some firepower later on when he is going to launch against the bowlers. That's why you got to keep your fitness at very high levels. Cricket singles and doubles matter a lot, and when you are playing with someone like Vaibhav Naik. Oh, that's nicely bowled, very nicely bowled. Move. In the end, the bat came on time, but that not was one of the elegant shot that has been played by Vaibhav. Just because he has got good fast hands, got the bat on time, but very nicely bowled by Amlan. $90 for 2, 13.5. This partnership is moving pretty well. That's very smart here. Well, very smart from Vaibhav Naik. He's going to get 5 extras down the leg side. Nothing wrong from the bowler. Absolutely nothing wrong. He saw the Vaibhav Naik trying to just give himself room on the leg side. He tried to fire on his legs, but Vaibhav just came inside the line, and then it was going down the leg side. Difficult for a non-regular keeper like Vedant Naik to collect this down the leg side, the dark side of the keeper, and with the pace of Hamlin, it easily goes down for 5 wides. Very, very smart. And nothing wrong done by the bowler over there. Just hope that it hit the shoes. It didn't. Too short. There should be boundary. That is correct off the back foot. One bounce, 4 runs. And Vaibhav is getting into the act. 14 overs gone. One short of the century mark. 99 for 2 Tigers. Single down the ground and 100 up here for the Tigers in over number 15. So Vaibhav has definitely accelerated, and he's looking in no trouble whatsoever on this wicket, which is much better now to play shots. And you got to just try and make the bowler do something different. You got to play your shots, just a little bit of movement here and there. Well, that's a good thing here. The fielders themselves are moving the side screen that used to happen in the earlier days when we see international cricketers as well in England, Australia, even in India, West Indies. They used to move the side screen for the batters, and the ground staff was at the other end. By the time they came, a lot of time would have been consumed. So good to see here from the fielders at the long off and long on the region. Well fielded, nicely getting the shoes on time. Should have been a boundary. It looks to be Amlon there fielding at the backward square leg region. The bat has fallen down off the skipper, and skipper is now just handing over the bat to his counterpart. Vaibhav Naik is looking to take the charge. He wants to get a quick 35 here and get this acceleration going. Nikhil is playing on 21 of 19. That's over the top, inside out, not well timed. A good effort in the deep. Saving the boundary was important. Two anyhow would have been taken by a swift runner like Vaibhav. Easily playing his shot, moving the feet very nicely, playing the sweep shot whenever required. If the room is given, he plays inside out cover drives, lofted ones as well. Going for that reverse one, just maybe hitting it outside the line of off stump. I saw him just walking across the stumps, and the impact looks to be outside the line. Yeah, you can see the leg stump clearly, and that's why umpire was hesitant to give that out. Punch down the ground. Not best of the positions that he played that reverse in. Not the best of the techniques. You got to practice it a lot in the nets. We see many of the international cricketers nowadays in tennis ball cricket. Everyone plays these switch hits and reverse, but it has got a technique of its own. You got to bend down. You got to gauge and track the right length. Fast hands is also the key. You got to be nimble on your feet when you are going to play that shot. That's very well timed. That's very well timed. And that goes away from the fielder. Nothing wrong with the ball, but this is crisp timing. Never intended to hit it hard, just good timing and good placement. Fine piece of batting here from Nikhil Naik Dalal. At end of 15 overs, and the acceleration is coming here for the Tigers. 109 for 2. So that's been referred here. Not the strongest of the throws. The batters were struggling. Is trashed. We have to wait for the umpire's call here. So he is in. Not out is the call. Very well run. Very well. Technique was shown here on display. That's how coaches tell you. You got to drag the bat much ahead of the uh, the crease. That's what he has done. This is in the air. This is a chance. Oh, well stopped. Very well stopped here. Well, even appreciated by Vaibhav Naik. They knew that the ball was flying across. Not easy to take such catches. Sagar Shetty is not as young as he was before, but at least he's putting the hands over there. That's good to see. I feel that he has saved 5 runs over there. It was going and heading for the 6 runs there. Well timed by Vaibhav Naik. Any good young fielder who was just behind, maybe thinking that it would have been a catch. But you got to take this is a members league. Not everyone is of the 20s or the 30s. So that also should be taken in mind when the fielding efforts are being done. This was a difficult chance. Easy ones definitely should be taken. More intent certainly seen now from both the batters to score more runs. They need to pace it up well. Vaibhav has done it. He is batting on 28 of just 17 balls. He has not been bogged down. His presence is very strong in the middle. That is what he brings in. The strength to this side and the belief that yes, we can get a moment at any point of time. He goes for that shot once again. This time he clears that man. This time there was no chance for Sagar Shet. This is a stunning shot. He picks it just a wideish line of off stump and he gets it over the top of Sagar Shet. Enough part, enough wood. Gone the distance. He tried earlier one. That time it was stopped by Sagar. This is much better connection, much better strike. 119. He moves on to 34. We'll be looking for the big launch here and to finish this innings. There's another one. I think that has gone. That has also gone the distance. What a shot and what an innings. What a big acceleration. Once again, it was tossed by Gopal Kawans and it is Vaibhav Naik, the skipper of Tigers, taking the charge, leading from the front, seeing the situation that it was not easy. They were going very slow, but he paced the innings very nicely. What an acceleration provided here by Vaibhav Naik. In the end, he finishes with a strike rate of more than 200. And Tigers going at 125 for 2, 125 for 3. Once again, the captain's knock from that man, Vaibhav Naik. He has just been into the thick of things. He has definitely given that big spike, big head up that was required for the team of Tigers. So Rajaram Kunekar has been sent in. It's going to be the big hitters that will be sent by the team of Tigers. Now they look to be in much better position to post towards this 160, 165 plus. 126 for 3, 26. Nikhil Dalal is batting, and Rajaram just walked in and is playing on 1 of 1. So Dr. Venkatesh Negi introduced in over number 17. It's nicely put down the ground. Oh, that's been misfielded. Luckily, it just didn't have that much of power behind to go for 4 runs. Just got a couple of runs taken at the long off region. It's well played. This is much better shot. This is a strong shot. This is good intent here from Rajaram. So spinners bowling, and when you got 7 wickets in hand, this is the way you got to play. A lot of light, and he's a very strong man, Rajaram. They're looking good now. That's a much better shape that they have been given here by the captain, Vaibhav Naik. 134 for 3. You see a score of 159 as the projected. But if they get around 12 runs per over in the last 3 or 4 overs, they certainly will get more than that. They'll be eyeing for 170 is what I feel. And the conditions will be much easier, much better here for batting. Oh, that he has got him. He has got him. That was slow in the air and went cross batted. Nothing short in the end. He was better off playing with the spin and straight down the ground. Beautifully flighted into the eyelid, and that hits it right in the middle stump. Well, that's not the best position you would want to see when you see the replay. 17 overs have been bowled. Dr. Vicky Nevgi strikes. 134 for 4 Tigers. They nicely worked on the leg side. That's good running. That's very, very good running. The fielder was deep and sighting an extra opportunity of a run. Yes, they get it very nicely. Balkrishna Orkar has been sent here at number 6. Nikhil Dalal is batting on 29 of 23. Another good innings. Consistent he has been for the Tigers. Given a different role. And he's made the franchise here, and the captain believe that he can take any roles here for the team. Succeeding in that. Chipping over the top. Balkrishna Orkar, yeah, might be a little risky, but he makes it. So 2 runs, back-to-back 2 runs. Moves into 30s, Nikhil Dalal. 138 for 4, and it's still the spin because they have got plenty of spinners. Gopal Gaon is very, very expensive. It's almost going at 12 runs per over at this stage. And just because of Vaibhav Naik, those figures have been dented. Because he was looking to accelerate at that point of time, just trying to get this total into a shape there, into a mold, and he got that acceleration very nicely. Good dive, very nice effort there at the backward point. That was pushed in little hard by the bowler, gave that pace, cut away very hard. This is what they have to stop. They have to stop the boundaries. Very good over rate, one of the best we have seen so far from any team. Well on time. They are into the 18th over. This missed by the batter, looking to drive very even to the crease, feet not moving well, and keeper as well missing by signal here. So who is going to come after Nikhil Naik Dalal, who is batting on 32 of 25? They need those power hitters. I see many a times the different teams having the power hitters coming a lower order where they create a lot of impact. Played well for a single. If we talk about opposition camp, they have got Gopal Gaus to back the ball. They've got few at the top of the order, Vedant and Dr. Vicky Nevgi, but Gopal can give that whack as well as Siddhant Amodkar if required. Let's shift for a single and gets himself off the mark. Marks the end of over number 18, 142 for the loss of 4. 2 overs left for the innings to get over for the Tigers. Has gone behind the keeper. Brijesh Prabhu is giving the chase. And they might be looking for the third. Nikhil Naik Dalal is turning. No, he has been stopped by Balkrishna Dorkar. So, couple of runs off the bat. So, 2 runs for the batter. Nikit is reaching to get the on mark because he's batting on 33 and is looking to finish with a boundary or a 6. As well bowled, he just gets the single. That was a quicker one. That's very nicely done here. Pushing it through, straighter delivery, and that was appreciated by the batter as he was waiting for the leg spinner. That's what you have to do in cricket. It's always about the mind games. It's always about the right mix. You need to understand what the batter is up for, whether he's looking for the big ones, in which areas. Experience comes in handy in a situation as that overs are. Well bowled, very well bowled, slow in the air. He knows that he has got tired. He's not going to move the feet as easily. He has been made to work hard for the runs when Vaibhav was running hard with him for that partnership. He has lost a lot of energy. Does he have that much of power to get that 6 or a boundary here? Nicely driven. He's just going to get a single. Well kept away that boundary and a 4. They won't mind giving the singles here, the Avengers side. 146. Another flighted one. And he gets him. He gets him. I think that was a googly that came back in. Floated up to the eyelid. Balkrishna Dorkar just trying to punch it in the offside, but missing it altogether. And well bowled here by Dr. Vicky Nevgi. He has been in prolific form with his leg spinners and always picking up the wickets. So once again, couple of wickets here in his spell. 1 ball left. 24 for 2 so far. 146 for 5. Tigers. This down the leg side, wide call here by the umpire. Mm, 147. Well tossed up, man in the deep, might get another one. No, he just waited for the ball, didn't take a start maybe, and that's going to be a single. And Ketan Kunde has arrived and launching himself for the big one. Maybe he should have come a little bit earlier, just ahead of Balkrishna Dorkar, as he can whack the ball and get some quick runs. 19 overs have been bowled here, 148 for 5 Tigers. It's driven nicely straight to the backward point region, gets a single. It's in the air. Will it be taken? Fielder from mid on comes in and it takes it very nicely. I think it's the captain Amod Burkar going for the slog shot, trying to launch for a big one, and Gopal Gauss has struck. But a very good innings here from Nikhil Dalal comes to an end. He played very nicely up, coming at number 3 and just rotated the strike, but then he gave good company to Vaibhav Naik for that partnership that set the tone here for 150 plus total for the Tigers. Now trying to accelerate as expected. He was batting on 34, but a well crafted innings from Nikit who comes to an end. 149 for 6. Yes, there's a single. That's 150 up here for the Tigers. Well, they were going very good for 160, 165 at one point of time, but Avengers has got the things back because they've got pretty good bowlers, leg spinners. That's in the air. That might be another one. Who is going to take it? And that's gone over the top, just behind the fielder there. I think this Dr. Vicky Negi fielding in the short covers. Very important position. We have seen Sandeep Dalal picking so many catches in that covers. So a couple of runs sneaked here. You can't blame these batters. They have to go hard. They don't have any time to get their eyes set in. Maybe one or two shots and get them towards that 160 run mark. Well fielded. They are diving themselves. Ketan Kunde looks to be on strike, and that is a run out. That is a run out. Ketan wanted to come on strike. It's a total harakiri out in the middle. And a good fielding effort from Brijesh Prabhu. Throws straight in the hands, gloves of the keeper, and no mistake there. So that's the 7th wicket down. And what a ball. Lovely delivery to finish the innings here for the Avengers. They will be pretty happy. Gopal Gauss has struck another one. That's the second wicket for him. He comes back strongly in the second spell. The first one he was taken for few runs by Vaibhav Naik when he was trying to accelerate. Got some few sixes. This was a googly that was not picked. Well bowled here by Gopal Gauss and a strong finish coming from the Avengers. They got 8 wickets of the opposition camp. 153 is what they managed to keep the Tigers after putting them to bat first. And 154 is the target. So let's see the run chase in a short while. A strong batting line of Avengers. We'll be hopeful of chasing this one and beating the Tigers. But Tigers, let's see what plans they come up with in their bowling attack. They've got decent bowling lineup. So we have got a wonderful match on our hands here at MCC on the Sunday morning. In fact, the Saturday morning. Pretty aggressive fielding set here for Balkrishna Rarkar, and the run chase begins for the Avengers. Lift on the leg side. The best of the balls here to begin the proceedings for Balkrishna Rarkar. Just drifting down, picked away, gets himself off the mark. Sachin Bhandare. So different pair here. Sachin Bhandare has been asked to go with Dr. Venkatesh Nevgia. He has been fabulous so far in this entire competition. Some flawless innings and some stunning shots. And that's always I say, when you are in good touch, keep the runs going. This is going to be a good battle. Vaibhav Naik, as a proactive captain that he is, he will not allow someone like Venkatesh Nevgi to get his eye in. Still trying to set the field here. There is a long on which is very much straight. A different field set here for Vicky Nevgi. The fielder at the long off region is very much straight, just behind the umpire, so he can't move. Nicely bowled. Very different, very unique. He always comes with a different field approach, and that is what plays in the mind of the batter. Will it work here against the experienced and seasoned campaigner as Dr. Vicky Nevgi is? It's nicely worked on the offside for a single. One at long off, and the fielding is going to change certainly for Sachin Bhandare, as the man straight behind the keeper is going to come at the mid on position. There is an extra cover placed. This is a pretty orthodox field here. It's walked on the leg side and just gets in the gap. Might get a couple of runs. Not the best of the fielding there in the short mid wicket region. Gets two. Just the one fielder that has been kept outside in the extra cover region. That's good shot. That's very good shot. You're playing with the spin. The ball was the ball just outside the line of off stump. That's a safe shot, I must say. Very well clipped on the leg side. There's no protection there. Just the one fielder I was mentioning about, and taking the attack to the spinner straight away, Sachin Bhandare. That's good to see. Positive intent. If you play such shots and if you get some boundaries, you can see the field spreading up immediately from Vaibhav Naik. You don't want to play into his plan. He always comes up with the hope that the batters are going to be bogging down, not trying to play the shots. No appeal there from behind the wickets, trying to bowl a little quickish. Pushed in there, and a dot ball to finish over. We saw a boundary from the bat of Sachin Bhandare, 8 without loss after 1. Well bowled, very well bowled. They've got a slip in place here for the right hander, and now it goes off. Maybe he feels that there is not much turn. Still, there is a straight man just behind the umpire. Well, many a times we have seen that against Kyron Pollard by MS Dhoni when Mumbai Indians and CSK used to bat. But here it's against Dr. Vicky Nevgi. They are hoping that he's going to go straight over the top and that will create an opportunity. But so far, what we have witnessed is using his patience. Patience levels are pretty high of Doctor, and that's what he's trying to do. Just nudge around for singles and doubles. He knows what Vaibhav Naik is, having seen him for maybe 3-4 seasons in MCL as a skipper for the opposition camps. And they know they just want a decent start. It's not a big total of 154. They've got plenty of batters. Almost bat, deep down, big appeal, trying to play across. Well, we got to see whether it hit him in line or he just came outside the line to play that slog shot. It's important is the impact. You can see the ball pitching, a lot of light. Yeah, definitely impact was outside. Very slow in the air. He's not offering the pace here. Samir Carroll. As well bowled. As he got the man, he is very confident. He's got the man. Maybe the back leg was slightly up while playing that cover drive. He wanted to go for the lofted cover drive, missed it altogether. He feels very confident about Vaibhav Naik having got Venkatesh Nevgi. Venkatesh Nevgi, doctor is very much unsure here whether I have got my back leg just over. And it was the same time, the timing of the leg in the air and the bails being taken out of the grooves. So it's just inside, just got it down in the nick of time, and that's why Dr. Vicky Nevgi was a little confident, and maybe that just fraction of a second the ball the back leg was just in the air, but he got it back on time. Very well bowled here from Jamir Kahlor. I think that fielder at the long on region might be just playing in his mind, and that's why he wanted to go over the covers. Got to reach the pitch of the ball in trying to play over the covers region. Well bowled here. Well bowled. Much better bowling here. Excellent from Jamir Carroll. The earlier one was slightly more flighted. This one was slightly flatter. And just in the good length area. Well bowled so far. Excellent bowling. Excellent bowling here from Jamir Carroll. Keeping Dr. Vicky Nevgi quite under control. End of over number 2. It's 10 without loss. Hit away nicely, but the man has been placed in the deep. So Pinty spin at the same end, or spin on a trot here. One left arm orthodox. They've got 2 left arm orthodox in their sides. Ranmai Das and Jamir Carroll, and they utilize Jamir Carroll in the power play overs because he bowls very nicely, bowls the length and consistent. That's nicely played, very nicely played. The ball might not travel towards the fence. Yes, it does. Pinty offers a little bit more pace compared to Jamir Carroll, and that's been very well worked here. Playing the late cut and playing it very nicely. Keeping the eyes on the ball at the last moment and just giving it a direction. Well played. Nicely worked. Excellent batting. There's once again strong shot, good drive. That's how you got to play. Just cannot bog down. That's a big appeal. Shouts of yeah, just looks like going down the leg side with the angle. That was pushed in a little bit by Pinty. Interesting battle here between Pinty and Doctor. That's in the air. There should be a chance just over the top. Not the best of the timing, and is looking for a couple of runs. You know that the throw is going to be a big one. Back-to-back scares here. A much better fielder, quick fielder would have really got close to that ball. Slightly not comfortable at this stage, Dr. Vicky Nevgi. Not the best or the swiftest what we have seen. 17 without loss at the end of 3. So looking to be more aggressive. Intent should be there. Intent should be there to get runs in the power play overs, get a decent start. 17 without loss. You cannot allow every bowler to get their eyes set in. So far, Jamir Carroll has really bowled well. Just floated there outside the line. Looks to be a wire, but it's not. It's just well inside the guideline. Just floating it out, but it's landing in the right areas. That is what troubling the batters. You feel that I will be into the pitch of the ball to drive or maybe whack the ball, but ball landing way away from the reach of the batter. Top class left arm orthodox bowling from around the wicket here from Jamir Carroll. This played it late, dived it very well, and a good effort. Just keeps it to a single. That's what you require from the fielders. Fielders need to back the bowlers. The ball is not coming as nicely if it is tossed up in the air because then the batters have to force the issue. They have to use their power, muscles to get the strength behind the ball to punch it away for the boundaries. Absolutely no pace provided by Jamir Carroll. That man straight behind the umpire and straight in front of the eyes of Dr. Vicky Nevgi when he sees the bowler coming into the bowling mark. That's hit very hard, but straight back on the stumps, and well, they've uprooted one of the stumps there. That's so powerfully struck. But that won't have been a boundary because the fielder at long off is absolutely straight, so he might have got a single in spite of hitting it well. Definitely targeting the stumps there. Well, feel that Dr. Vicky Nevgi is just losing the patience a little bit here, having been curtailed with his shot making abilities. The bowler have bowled very well against him. Has not been able to play his usual shots in the air. They have not given him any sort of pace to work with. He loves the ball coming onto the bat. He loves to bat against the pacers and the spinners who bowl little quicker. But here, absolutely no pace provided. That's why you see him struggling with his strike rate. He's batting on 8 of 14. You won't see that in a normal scenario. That's over the top. That might be a chance. Man in the deep will be taken, and he has succumbed to the pressure. That is a wicket that has been well planned and well executed by the Tigers, and especially the credit must be given to Jamil Carroll. He knew that Dr. Vicky Nevgi is very strong. He goes for the slog shots. He went there, and a very, very good catch taken in the deep by Nikhil Naik Dalal, who has been placed in the cow corner region, and this is a well sorted and well planned wicket, and credit must be given to the captain Vaibhav Naik and Jamir Carroll. Dr. Vicky Nevgi hits back. It's 18 for 1. Amod Burkar walks in. The skipper understands now they just need to move on. We cannot allow the bowlers to get her eyes set in. They need a partnership here. Nineteen for 1. Balkrishna Darkar into his third over so far, wicketless. Not bowled badly because it's not easy to bowl in the power play overs. It's just that Jamir Carroll, I think, has bowled a wonderful spell. He stuck to his lines and he has bowled the basics, never allowed the ball, easy deliveries to work, no pace provided, was patience, and that patience that he showcased by bowling on a consistent channel has paid dividends by getting wickets off Vicky Nevgi down the leg side. It's not very well timed. The ball is not traveling, but they might just get 3 runs because Amod Burkar is one of the swiftest around. and gets easy three. That is what Amod Burkar brings in. And once keeper is there in the middle, he is the best judger. When to accelerate, whom to target. There's so much of experience behind in Amod Burkar as a leader, as a player, as a matured cricketer. He understands the situation much better. Someone like Vaibhav Naik, I can say, he got wonderful hits as a skipper. No, that's very well played, very well played. But I had mentioned he doesn't offer the pace, and if you play a late cut, you might just get a single at the most. Leather cricket is a beautiful game, and someone like Jamir Carroll is just showcasing that simple things can be so effective in this game. It doesn't try anything fancy, just flights the ball, tosses the ball, and bowls in the right areas, just in the good length, not drivable, not too short. Fielders have been placed in the perfect position, and that's why there is so many things that this game has to offer. This one tried to push in, but dragged it down the leg side. So much in to offer here for everyone who just uses his brains nicely. You don't have to bowl too fast, neither you have to turn the ball very sharply. There's punch, but once again finds the fielder. They're trying to pierce that gap on the offside, but they have not found any so far. It's a web that has been placed by the captain, and none of the balls have been piercing through. 6 overs have been bowled. Avengers going at 34 for 1. That's a cracking shot off the back foot. Should be certainly looking for a couple of runs if you put the pressure for the fielders in the deep, and yeah, they does get it very easily. A very good judger of the runs. That's very important. Once you hit the ball, as a batter, you certainly know how well you have struck it, how well you have timed it, and how well you have placed it. And also need to see who is the fielder, whether he has got a strong arms, is covering that part of the area very quickly, and fifthly, cutting off the angles. That's a sign of a very, very good batter and matured batter when he's taking those singles and doubles. That's correct off the back foot towards the backward point region. Lot of area is to cover, and this one towards the left hand side, and another two sneaked in. That is what Amod Burkar does. He keeps the scoreboard ticking along nicely, doesn't concede too many dot balls. Now the field is spread up. You see four fielders, three for the drives in that covers position, three fielders maybe for that uppish drive that he plays sometimes. But they can't afford to bowl this particular length. This might be another couple of runs that could have been sneaked. No, just single this time. But if Sanat is having three men that has been kept by the captain, he should bowl a drivable length, not short length that has been cut away on a couple of occasions before 39. That's nicely played in the gap, picks the spot and gets the boundary. Well, it was pitched outside, flighted, accepted the invitation, went for the sweep shot and gets the boundary. Spend a lot of time on the wicket now. Sachin Bhandari played some cricket with him in the university level and the college levels, and after that as well some cricket. And he is a fine opening batter. That is prime time as well. He is continuously in the game of cricket. Missed on that occasion. Certainly will have felt missed out. Full toss ball, trying to hit with too much of power, hitting the bottom of the bat. Wonderful atmosphere here in Goa to play cricket. The weather is quite cool, but it's not as cooler as we started in November. And there was a big appeal there. Vaibhav Naik was maybe appealing, but umpire was unfazed by that appeal. Nothing has hit, is what the umpire feels, and batter was also confident, certainly. Yeah, end of 7 overs, 43 for 1 Avengers. That's not the best of the deliveries to begin your proceedings here. Nikhil with a full toss down the leg side, clipped on the leg side for a couple of runs. Both gentle medium paces, doesn't have that much of pace to trouble the batters. You got to be working with the variations and the length here. These batters are batting very well, easy in the middle so far, getting those runs, singles, doubles quite easily. Looking to drive the ball, well kept by Vaibhav. Just excitement, nothing much. Amod will be looking to play a little bit more shots. He's batting on 15. And Sachin Bhandari on 20. Good partnership going so far. They're just going at around 6 runs per over. as well bowled right in the block hole. That's what I was wondering. And uh, that is the job here for Nikhil. He just has to contain the batter. If he's not picking the wicket, just try to contain, bowl few dot ball, just like he has done on the couple of occasions. Played it fine. Man at the backward point is not collected it cleanly. So that allows the second run as Amog is very quick in between the wickets. He just is a wonderful judger. He saw the mistake and saw where the ball is heading, and by the time it was grabbed by the fielder, easy 2 runs. That's how we got to move along when you are chasing. They just need a couple of overs, somewhere around 12 to 15 runs. They've got Siddhant Amodkar and Gopal Gaus coming in late. Also Vaibhav Naik. How can I forget about it? Vedant can also accelerate and get to those quick runs. That's why I say they've got a strong batting lineup to chase this one down. So the bowlers should not feel relaxed. Never be complacent. Driven nicely. Just away from the fielder. Amod Burkar looking for a couple. Has been sent back by Sachin Bandare. Good call. Very good call there at the end. They can't afford a run out at this stage when the things are going very nicely. End of over number 8. 49 for 1 Avengers. That's in the. Oh, that's a chance of a run out, but sent back on time. Sanat Kamath continuing. He was taken for 9 runs in the first over with a boundary from the bat of Sachin Bandari. Well flighted, played down the ground, just gets a single. That's floated slightly wideish, and Amok has walked across the stump. That's why, in spite of going away from the first guideline, it was not called wide, shuffling a bit there. That's hit back straight. That was a chance. Amod looking for a single. Direct hit missed by the bowler there. But look at the dive, the effort there from Amod Burkar. Precious, prized wicket. Everyone for the batter every time. And that's why the dive coming in handy. That's the kind of commitment levels that you need to keep up for your franchise, especially when you are the captain of the side. Very well played with soft hands towards the backward point, gets another single. So boundaries have drived up so far. They're trying hard, but the pace has not been provided. So singles and doubles is what they're getting, which might work in the favor of Tigers. You might see a shot being played by the batter at some point of time, just trying to cut loose. Too short, punched away. Well placed. Should be getting a comfortable couple of runs, if not more. Ketan Kunde marshalling that area. So a couple of runs here to finish over number 9. Avengers going at exactly 6 runs per over, 54 for 1, and need exactly 100 runs in 66 balls. Five, they move on to Nikhil Dalal continues. Couple of singles taken in over number 10. They will be gauging the situation at the halfway mark, how to go about and whom to target. The asking run rate is just around 9.5. Picked away on the leg side, flicked away nicely. Pace provided by the bowler, and that's runs down for 4 runs. Very well played off his legs there, and played it really fine to get a boundary after some time here for the Avengers. Not the best of the balls coming back in, well clipped off. Once it goes past the fielder in the inner ring with the pace provided, it is an easy boundary. This is a very good innings here from Sachin Bhandare to build up the confidence on himself and also for the franchises. When you are getting an opportunity, you should seize and capitalize on that opportunity, and that is what he has done today. That's also well played. He might get back-to-back boundaries here. And yes, this time towards the left-hand side. No chance for anyone to cut that off. Poor bowling from Nikhil Naik Dalal, staying on the leg side and hitting it. He's been hit for twice in a row. And this is the moment that was required in the scorebook. And they have got it. 64 they have moved on to. So accelerating a bit, moves on to 32 of just 23 balls. Very well paced up innings. It took a little bit of time and the spinners were bowling well. But now he's trying to open up. This time, will he be looking for a couple of runs? Yeah, looks to turn around. Is it a strong throw? No. Missed the collection. Easy 2 runs. So he moves on to 34 and be looking for a big shot. Looks to be very tired after being made to work hard for the runs by the captain Amod Burkar. He's not tired at all because he's thin and he keeps his fitness at very high levels. Sachin Bhandare, 34 of 24. Looking to go for the big one. Might be looking for a couple of runs there. Didn't time the ball well. The man at long on has to come in and another 2 runs taken. They might be looking for the third one. Yes, they get it. Very, very good from Amod Burkar, seizing on opportunity. It was not collected by Vaibhav Naik, and the innings from Sachin Bhandare comes to an end and finally gets 37 runs of just 25 balls. Well-paced innings. Respected the bowlers when they deserved some respect, especially against Jamir Carroll, who bowled nicely in the first spell. And he goes out exactly in the last ball of the 10th over when he get 37 runs. A very, very handy contribution, laying a strong platform here for the team, for the middle over and for the lower middle order to launch themselves towards the target of 154. He looks drained out, but I think he has definitely soaked a lot of energy from the Tigers camp as well, having played that innings. Not easy under these conditions. 10 overs gone, 69 for 1. Das introduced straight away. Oh, lovely cover drive. What a gorgeous cover drive from Vaibhav Naik. Nothing wrong with the ball, trying to pitch the ball up, but this is a copybook stuff. Throughout the ground, nothing in the air. That's how you got to play these cover drives. Stylish and elegant, as always, Vaibhav Naik gets himself off the mark with a boundary. Looking to once again step out and push the ball into the gap. Two men in the covers. Now that covers has been packed there. One in the short, one just to the left hand side, just close to the ring. So this is going to be the length, I think. Is trying to go bowl fuller length. Worked on the leg side for a single. Both are very swift runners between the wickets. They've got to move on. They have definitely accelerated in that last over where Sachin Bandare went hard. He got a couple of boundaries against Nikit Nagdalal, and that got the acceleration. And Vedant is someone who is known for playing quick innings. He's got a very good strike rate in almost all the games that has been played in MCL seasons. Another strong drive. Eleven overs gone, 76 for 2. It's nicely played here, using the pace of the bowler and just opening the face, late cut for a boundary. $80 for 2 in 11.1. And they're playing more shots now. They are getting easy runs. When you've got two wonderful batters who are crafty and who are nimble on the feet, you've got to be very good in your line and length. Otherwise, you will be penalized for those boundaries. You got to get hold of the things now, which is going away from the Tigers camp. They are moving quite easily. Once again, getting the singles after getting those that boundary in the over. Pushing on the offside just to get a single, reaching close towards the pitch of the ball. That's what you want to see from a very good and skilled cricketer who has represented Goa state in the past. Well played. They're getting the gaps too easily. They are farming the strike easy at the moment without any sort of trouble. None of the bowlers look penetrating and look to be effective at this stage. Maybe Vaibhav Naik needs to try something different here. Maybe get Balkrishna Darkar or Jamir Carroll for one more over. Just hope for the things to work in his favor. That's over the top. That's gone. That's been bludgeoned. That's been bludgeoned out of the park. You can't bowl over there to the likes of Vedan Naik, and he can smack you as easily as he has done on the previous occasion. So things are going out of the hands for the Tigers here. The batting looks very, very strong of Avengers, and everyone is taking the responsibility. That is how the cricket should be played. 90 for 2 in 12 overs, and the asking run rate has dipped down drastically. They just require 64 in the next 48 balls. As well bowled, Nurmai Das. Well played here. Watching the ball carefully, allowing the ball to come late, and played it fine. It was an armor that was bowled by Nurmai Das, wonderfully disguised. But Amod watches the ball very carefully, and he allows the ball to come onto the bat and plays that late. That was pretty good batting as well. Launches himself. A launch for a biggie. Straight over the cow corner region. Pick the bones out of it, and what a sound of the below. It's really getting loose out here from the bowlers, and very strong batting approach. The intent and also the commitment that was shown earlier on, bogging a little bit down, taking the strike, rotating the singles, and now they are cutting loose. Another one. So he has made his mind very clear. He's batting on 34 and he's looking for the big one and finish this one off. What a captain's knock here from Amod Burkar. He's batting on 9. In fact, the team is on 98 and he's batting on 34. Another 35 it will be from the skipper of Avengers. As well batted, very well batted. You saw the batter looking to take the charge, and bowled is slightly flatter and quicker, and he cuts away very sharply. Super batting here from the captain of Avengers. What a consistent performer he has been. It's not only in the bowling department, also about the captaincy role, rotating the bowlers around, but whenever he is with the bat in his hand, that willow is always shine brightly. Important was always takes up the singles, doubles, rotating the strike, making it difficult for the fielders. And he has soaked in all energy of the Tigers camp. They certainly see the game is drifting away after that brilliant knock from the captain of Avengers. Amod Burkar hits back after another 35 from his side, accelerating at the last moment with a 6 and a boundary from the bowling of Nurmai Das, and he will be given a big round of applause for playing once again that captain's knock and cementing their position in this game against the Tigers. 1 not 2 for 3. So yes, I think it's the right move here. There is no point in keeping your good bowlers later on when the game is already well gone. Just try and sneak in a wicket, especially of Vedan Naik. If we can get the wicket of Vedan Naik, we might have a little bit closer match than what is happening at this stage. Vedant has swiftly moved on to 17 of just 8 balls and is just 52 needed of 42. Dr. Sagar Salgaonkar, the owner of this franchise here, Avengers, has made his entry into the arena and he'll be at the non-striker's end. It was the last ball when the captain has got the 35. Watchfully batting on the front foot defense, forward defensive shot for a single. We'll get Dr. Sagar Salgaonkar on strike, and you see more fielders coming in to stop the singles here and try to put pressure on the batter. Not only this batter, but also Vedant. If they can bowl a couple of dot balls or three and keep Vedant at the non-striker's end, and you will see Vedant looking for that big strike, and that will be the opportunity. And that's why you see a area of fielders very close to the bat of Dr. Sagar Salgaonkar. 7 men inside, including a slip. Searching for wickets here. Tigers. Well clipped off, very much straight into the hands of the short mid wicket. That's the first dot ball. Well bowled once again, straight to the man. He's targeting to bowl on the stumps. Has been very watchful. Don't have to hurry when Vaibhav Naik is there. Dr. Sagar Salgaonkar looking to push for a single, but Vaibhav is very quick. Fielders also need to back the bowlers there. He's not happy with Vaibhav Naik with the fielding effort. Need to be a much more tighter. This is very clumsy here from the Tigers. They are giving easy singles. Bowler is been bowling well in the right areas where exactly the fielders are placed. 2 dot balls have been bowled, and this could have been another dot ball, but Vedant hurrying on to the striker's end. That's nicely played, scooping over the fine leg region, and will be certainly at least couple of runs. So now this asking run rate is somewhere around 8.5. Vaibhav is moving on to 20, so he has got a few time left to get towards his 35. They've got batters lower down as well. Amalon can bat and bat fast. Siddhant Amodkar, Gopal Gavas is a finisher. A decent over here from Balkrishna Rarkar. He finishes his quota of 4 overs 30 without a wicket. 14 overs have been bowled, 107 for the loss of 3 and 47 needed in the next 36 balls. A 47 needed of 36 balls. Tigers need to be very careful here. They have lost 2 games in a row. They can't afford to lose this one. Avengers going very, very strong in this competition. They have got the things very much sorted out with their bowling as well as their batting. Nicely played. Late cut. Might be looking for a couple of runs. Whoever wanted to push the things. And 2 runs easily taken. Remember the change of hands. Last 6 overs from Dinesh Kannad Gallery, and where the commentary box has been placed. Very well walked on the leg side. Good piece of batting. Nurmai Das looking to bowl the armers and trying to trap the batters, but someone else like Vaibhav Naik, he has faced many of the left armers in his prime time. And the only way and the best way, I think, is try and get more fielders very close to Dr. Sagar Salgaonkar and don't allow to get him a single here. Make Vedant Naik to feel the heat at the non-striker's end with a couple of dot balls, as was done by Pinty in the previous over. But then the third one, the single was sneaked in, given by the fielders. That was an outside edge that runs down with that armor. Lot of pace provided. I think it should run down for 4, or is it stopped inside? Looks to be that has stopped inside, but 3 is he taken. Very nicely taken these 3 runs. Difficult for the keeper there. There was no slip in place. They have kept slip in for most of the time, but it was missed on that occasion when the chance has gone. 3 runs taken, 113. That is the job for Dr. Sagar Salgaonkar. He just need to rotate the strike. And Vedant will do the rest to get the acceleration, put the foot on the pedal, and go for the bounties and the sixes. Very well done. Are they pushing in for 2? Looks to be Dr. Sagar Salgaonkar has turned around. He puts his fitness as his top priority. Loves to come out in a position that's very important for the team. He knows that Vedant has to come on strike for most of the time when he's there on the wicket. That's good bowling. That's good bowling there. That was much better delivery. Well played off his legs. Watching it carefully in the end. This is a better phase to bowl for someone like Sagar Salgaonkar. He can slow a bit, but for Vedant Naik, you cannot allow too much of air. He's got his eyes set in. It's well played, but straight to the fielder. He was sent back. Finishes that over number 15. Avengers pretty well so far. It's 116 for 3 and just 38 runs needed in 30 balls. So now we are coming into the last leg. Pretty good wickets in hand, 7 wickets in hand. And it's just 37 needed of 29. Vaibhav Naik is batting on 28. Plenty of batting left in the Avengers camp. But we never know what happens in the game of cricket. This is a biggie. Just landing short by a meter or so. Vaibhav Naik. In fact, it is Dr. Sagar Salgaonkar who has swung and swung hard against the captain Vaibhav Naik. What a shot that was. Dictating the terms to the opponent captain. The owner of the franchise is Dr. Salgaonkar against the Tigers captain Vaibhav Naik. The first battle won. He goes for another one. And that's very good catch. It's very good catch taken in the deep. Nothing wrong with the shot. He went for the cross-batted slog shot, picked it up very nicely. It was just that a very good fielder was in the deep. Vedan, in fact, Nikhil Naik Dalal, who picks it very, very nicely. It was a good shot here. It was traveling quickly to the fielder. But the catch in the deep, and finally Dr. Sagar Salgaonkar was looking to cut loose, has perished. 121 for 4 Avengers. So Akhil Nadkarni walks in the middle, will be taking the strike against Vaibhav Naik, who has picked up a wicket off. And he gets one more. What a bad shot that was. That was just the first delivery that he was facing. And what he was trying to do, he was trying to launch the ball in the parking slot, missed it completely, and there's back-to-back wickets here for Vaibhav Naik. Well, you are playing into the plans of the Tigers camp. It's exactly why Vaibhav brought himself in to pick up a wicket. And you can see what is happening here. Vedant is batting on 28, so he'll be going anyhow after getting maybe 10 or 12 runs. Now it's Amlon that has been sent. Poor cricket here from Akhil Nadkarni. He goes out for a golden duck. 121 for 5. Avengers going strongly, and suddenly they have lost 2 wickets. And here is the captain of Tigers on a hat trick with Amelon on strike. He has intentionally bowled that. This is a poor ball. You can't bowl to anyone. I think he intentionally bowled, just maybe thinking that Amelon is going to play it in the hands of the fielders there. He just whacks it over the backward square leg. Just had to place it, and he's got the power behind. Easily does it for a boundary to get himself off the mark. That's a wide ball. That call was just to avoid wide being called. Well, he got the bat on time. Pace was provided. The ball might just race away for a boundary. Yes, it does. It was not such an easy shot. He used the pace. It was on target. That's why it was intended and intentional from the bowler. Pitched in line with the stumps, but very well batted, using the pace and just gliding it down. Well played here by Amlon. Back-to-back boundaries for him. 130 for 5. Now 24 runs required of 24. That's well played. Pushed in on the offside. Just a single. Amlon is not quick. Run out on the cards. Well run here at the last moment. And that's out. That's been given out here. Trying to go for the sweep. And what a big wicket for the Tigers. What a big wicket. Can see lot of shouts, lot of noise here, and lot of fielder charging in. It was flighted ball. Went for the sweep shot. And looks to be it has hit in line. Umpire feels that it was definitely going to hit the stumps. Yeah, certainly straightened after pitching. Definitely the ball had straightened after pitching. The impact might be the umpire's call. Although you feel that he has stretched, but the ball has straightened. $132 for 6. Now we have got a match on our hands as Vaibhav Naik heads off into the dressing room. Amelon and Siddhant Amodkar. And you can see the fielding now will be much more closer to the bat, as you expect from an aggressive captain like Vaibhav. You think the things are very easy, although Gopal Gaon, Sagar Sheth, and Venkatesh Salilkar, Brijesh Prabhu, but finally someone has to. In fact, Brijesh Prabhu has been replaced as a super sub by Dr. Sagal Sargaonkar as a batter. So only the four batters remain here. They sneak in another one, a throw at the non-striker's hand. Well, nothing wrong in shying at the stumps. The batter was struggling, direct hit. Maybe it could have been referred. It was very close, but they get another one. But it was not the best of the calls. The fielder was very close. Get in another one. Not the best of the shot in the defending inside edge. That's clipped away on the leg side. Very well tossed up. Not afraid to still flight the ball, Mrunmay Das. And that's right job here and right approach to pick up a wicket. So 18 needed of 18. Amlon and Siddharth Amonkar. Siddhant is known to use a long handle, but this will be the situation here. That's wide. Where the normally is a keeper, keeps most of the time, but the demand is such that he has to come and bowl. He feels that he could just sneak in one more wicket. He has picked up two, and that is what made this match interesting. Vaibhav's spell has made this match a little tricky here for the Avengers game. They were going so strong. That's over the top. Very strong shot. But gets the single. Is asking him to come charging towards the catch. Well, that was not a catch. He was slightly away from that ball. And Amlon is not afraid to play shots. When the ball is pitched up, is going hard after that. Not a bad approach. Just got to be careful not to play across the line on the leg side. Run a ball is the equation. 16 of 17. Slip comes in place for Siddhant. Will he take the risk of a big one, or will he look to just nudge around? Because don't require big hits, just sensible cricket is required. Still went for the sweep shot. Just gets a single. Siddhant more sort of ability to go for the big shots on the leg side, and Vaibhav just want to keep it slightly away from the reach. Amlon comes on strike. Half-hearted appeal there. They want to appeal for everything now. Amlon knows that they have got batters still left, but you got to finish the job yourself. You cannot rely on the batters coming in next. Wrong shot. That's why I said he is trying to keep the ball slightly more on the outside off stump line, not trying to bowl straight onto the pads or straight on the body of both these batters. That's wrong. That's wrong here from the batter Amlon. He went down and he wanted to go across. He should have gone downtown. A poor cricket here on display here from the Avengers. And Amlon losing the composure, and the third wicket here for Vaibhav Naik. They are making the match interesting, and they are sucking into the plan of Vaibhav Naik and the Tigers. 139 for 7 in 17.5. This is what cricket brings you. They were cruising at one point of time, and suddenly the wickets are tumbling and tumbling very fast. So Gopal Gauss. That's over the top. This is a big chance. He should come for the catch. No. He's just laying back there. They need a better fielder at the long off region. Sanat is not charging towards the catch there. They are lacking short of good fielders in the deep. That's also very, very important aspect in the game of cricket at a crucial juncture. Very nicely tops up intentionally here from Vaibhav Naik. He will be bowling the last over. It's 140 for 7. 18 overs gone. 14 runs required of 12. And now the finishers there in the middle. Gopal can struck it very well. Vaibhav now coming in that place at long off region. He knows that this is a crucial position. That's why when you're picking a side, you also need to look at the fielding aspect of many of the players. You need to have young fielders. You need to have athletic fielders in crucial positions. You can't have all the fielders who are aged, or you can call they are not swiftest around. Where you are going to hide around 4 to 5 fielders in leather ball cricket at this point of the time when the chase is on. The ball can fly across to any of the fielders. That's why good fielding sides have certainly been doing much better. $14 needed. I still feel, and I've got a sniff here that there might be a slight turnaround here. If Nikhil can bowl well and get rid of either of the batters, We might have the tail coming back in. Well bowled, excellently bowled here. A dot ball. That is what they are hoping for. Gopal Gaus and Siddhant Amodkar. Vaibhav Naik will certainly be bowling the last over. Very interesting match this has been made by the Tigers. Oh, excellent delivery. What a delivery that was. An absolute ripper there. Pitched in, looking like the ball is going to come back in. I think this kiddie approach from the bowler Nikhil Dalal is troubling Gopal Gawas. 2 dot balls is definitely going to do something different here. What are we expecting the next ball? Is the same hard length. That's very well worked on the leg side. We'll be looking to push for a couple of runs. And he's been sent back. Very well fielded. This is exactly what you want the fielders to do. Come charging. Don't give those 2 runs. Very well bowled here so far from Nikit. This run chases can be tricky at times when you are going so good, so strong. Avengers have lost hold of this game. What a fight back. It's again play and a miss. You can see what he's trying to do. He is trying to bowl fuller length or back of length, but he wants to keep it outside the line of off stump. These 2 players have got a strong swing of the bat as well as strong and fast hands and the power behind. They don't want to give anything in the reach on the leg side. Siddhant will be looking to launch for a big one. It's once again hit hard but hitting the bottom of the bat. Slide fumble. This is poor. This was a simple take at the short covers and they get in an extra run. Can't afford. Got the 2 runs there. 143 so far. Just the 3 runs have been considered by Nikit Naik Dalal. 7 ball and 11 runs. 7 and 11 is the equation. Searching for a boundary at least of this over. Playing and missing the total wrong line there. Absolute wrong line. The ball was pitched outside. He's trying to stand and deliver. That doesn't happen in leather ball cricket. And Tigers have really got themselves back in this game from an almost unwinnable position. And then it got to blame the batters of Avengers having to take the game so deep. They were cruising at one point of time. They were very comfortable and what a great game of cricket. What a fight here shown by the Tigers camp. And got to give credit to Vaibhav Naik. He got his pads off and fill in the shoes of an off spinner. He knew that only he can change the scenario. And he has certainly done it fabulously after getting at 40 runs at a strike rate of 200. Posted 153 runs on the board. And at one point of time when Vedant Naik was batting alongside Dr. Sagar Salgaonkar, they were in control of the things for most part of this game. But suddenly that over, here comes the last over. He goes, he didn't time the ball well, might get a couple of runs. Gopal needs to be on strike, he's striking it much better. Siddhant gets a couple of runs. Now it's a matter of 9 runs of 5 balls. It's all about one big hit. It's all about a boundary that has been searched here by Gopal Gawas. This time he strikes it. Has he got enough part of the bat? No, it goes over, sails over the head of the mid-wicket. What an incredible strike here under pressure from Gopal Gawas. He backs himself on the leg side in the cow corner region and gets plenty of it. Under pressure. No half measures. That is what you want from your skill and a finisher. Now it's a matter of 3 runs of 4 balls. He goes for one more. This is a chance here. Straight into the hands has been taken. And Gopal Gawas mistake here from his side. And it's the 4th wicket here taken by Vaibhav Naik. Wow, what a game. What a fight here at MCL. This is getting better than IPL. We have seen some thrilling encounters, some chilling ones when we have played some floodlight matches, but now it's between the Avengers and the Tigers. And in comes Sagar Sheth. What he must be thinking. What do I have to do here? Or do I have to give a strike to Siddhant Amodkar? Or do I go for the big one? He's normally an opener, but he has been sent here at number 10. They got a better left. They got a better left. 3 of 3. Vaibhav Naik, the skipper. What a performance. 4 wickets of 26. See the time and the timing of him getting himself into the bowling act. He knew that only wickets can get us back in this match. They have got 8 and just 2 remain. Even if he doesn't get a wicket, he just try and see that he restrict one backward point is very much close. In fact, he is straight in line with the stumps. He's going to push or he's going to flat the ball. I think he's going to push it. That's what I feel. That's exactly straight run out. And that's out. Where was he heading? That's a very, very good captaincy here. He knew exactly that he's going to bowl slightly wide-ish. He hit it straight into the hands. And that's the 9th wicket down. Who is going to be out here? It is Siddhant Amodkar and he's out at the striker's end. Please remember, Sagar Sheth will have to walk at the non-striker's end. Venkatesh Salilkar, the number 11, walks in and it's absolute drama here. Absolute drama. You can't get any better match than this one. Where Avengers from an absolute strong and commanding position has just faltered in the middle. An absolute collapse. Vaibhav Naik, what a player and what a time to bowl this spell. Getting that man in exactly the same position. I expected this ball to be kept slightly wideish outside, and that's the shot that Sagar Sheth would have played. Now it is Venkatesh Salilkar. 3 required of 2. 3 of 2. So much of pressure, so much of nerves. Can't believe the cricket gives us so many things to learn about. And here he is facing the penultimate ball. And he's pushed it, run out opportunity, run out on the card, directed, they won it, Vaibhav Naik has given the victory here. Wow, what a game of cricket. Tigers have won. Look at their joy, look at the celebration. This is an unbelievable victory here for the Tigers. They were down and out, 2 losses in 2 games. This was also about to be lost. And Tigers have really, they are the predators here. They are pouched on to Avengers. They can't believe, absolutely can't believe their eyes that they have lost this game, Avengers. This is an absolutely stunning and a memorable performance. A special performance here from the Tigers. And especially, I think you must give credit to that captain. He comes and gives himself the opportunity. He throws the dice, the last throw of the dice that was thrown there by Vaibhav Naik. And he has won an unbelievable game, picking up 4 wickets. And that run out, that captaincy, call you what you want, but he is certainly a memorable and a special performance to win this game, and that's why we love this game of cricket. Another thrilling encounter in here at MCL, and I'll straight away head to the presentation ceremony. Hello, hello. Requesting both the captains, Amod Burkar and Vaibhav Naik, to kindly be ready. Requesting both the captains to be ready here for the chat. Requesting both the captains to kindly come up for the chat here. What an amazing game of cricket we witnessed just now. It was thrilling and it was really entertaining. At one point of time, it was Avengers who were cruising ahead with the game, but finally, a wonderful and spirited performance from the captain, leading from the front. Vaibhav Naik has won this unbelievable game for the Tigers. Now, may I request Sudesh Nagwekar to kindly escort Vinod Damaskar sir here in the presentation arena, who is going to be the chief guest for this particular match. May I now invite the winning captain, Vaibhav Naik, to have a word with us. That was the best scene I've ever witnessed. Yes. And lovely smiles here, Vaibhav Naik. What a performance. The game was done and dusted. Just hardly a few runs were required. Both the batters were batting nicely. What was the thought in the mind when you came into bowl?
There was no thought actually. I was just enjoying myself, and then things changed, and it is all pressure at the end of the day. There was a lot of pressure on them. At the end of the day, they have to score runs, and we have to take wickets. This time it was our turn.
Yes, absolutely. One of the most remembered matches it will be when it is a finish like this. And you always say in cricket, never give up. And I thought that once you got wicket of Vedant Naik, you thought that you are in the game. And that is the time you tried to put pressure and everything worked in your favor.
Well, Vedant, those 5 runs got out on 30. Those 5 runs were very crucial, and those 5 runs were very crucial. And I thought once Vedant gave us a sniff, I think we should have taken the match.
And important was the last over to be bowling. Still, they were in the game. And I think they played some rash shots. I can understand because there were a lot of openings in other places. But you got that backward point very close and you floated that ball to Sagar Sheth. And that was a perfect position. What was the thought that time to bowl to Sagar as well as Venki Salirkar? What was going in the mind? Because both were different deliveries.
I was just praying Rohit to hold the ball, nothing else. And then not only did he hold the ball, but he also threw it perfectly. So that was a very great thing. And once Venki was there, then the game was us. Then there was no other thought in my mind.
Congratulations. And it was incredible to get 40 of just 19 balls and then coming and chipping with 4 handy wickets and 2 run outs. There can't be anyone else who can clinch the hand on this particular player of the match trophy. It's the captain leading from the front, batting, bowling, and everything did perfectly right from Vaibhav Naik. It was his day today. Dr. Vinod Damaskar is handing over the trophy. Is one of the most remarkable comebacks in defense, as we can call it. Vaibhav Naik has a special role played with the ball. So congratulations to the team of the Tigers for winning against the Avengers from an unthinkable position.